Hello and welcome to episode 91 of the Jeffrey and Brian Show. I am Jeffrey.
I'm Brian.
We're two guys drinking beer, talk what's going on. We got the El Guapo, Mr. Ray Moreno, with us here again today.
Thank you.
I want to make a quick comment about this picture that's from thousands of years ago.
Yes,
That was back in the day when we could afford to drink bottled beer.
You can see the other person taking the picture in the background in the mirror.
Yeah, there's no gray in my beard.
No. No gray in my hair either.
Because even better, you can see Tina in that picture, in the mirror.
That's her taking the picture?
Yeah. I think that was right after we recorded or right before we recorded one of our episodes.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. Now I'm going to intentionally not close that window now because I usually do.
Okay.
And then I have to go and find it again later when I want to close out. But anyway, here's our new shit. Virginia's all over the news again. I heard you guys are digging that crane out of the water.
Uh-huh.
For anyone listening, they're trying to double the size of the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, right?
Yep.
And that's the bridge tunnel that goes across the bay, but it goes under the water or whatever to allow ships through, right? From the Navy.
Right, cargo ships and Navy ships, yeah.
True, cargo ships too, but I'm pretty sure it was designed there because of the Navy base, but
Yeah.
it did save cargo ships a lot of time too. Which is funny because I've heard more than one person say, I get nervous going through that tunnel. What if like an aircraft carrier goes over at the same time? I was like, I don't think you understand how water works. It displaces. There's no extra weight on you. And I've heard so many people say that. It's like, oh my God. It's like, oh my God. It's like things float. But okay, anyway, yeah. So they dumped a crane in the water that walked off the barge, right?
Yes, it walked off on it.
That was the word they used.
With its own 2 feet.
Actually, that's the terminology they use for when they crawl.
Well, see, that's funny because I pointed out that I've heard that term used before when things start rocking and it kind of rocks back and forth and walks.
Somebody in the local local radio station, they were making fun of that, like, oh, what do you mean we walk? And the crane guy call in, like, no, that's the terminology we use for like when it rolls, you walk.
So they could have been some kind of parking brake, perhaps, that they could have used then.
Yeah. Oh, the chock and change and stuff.
I was under the impression that it became unbalanced somehow and started teetering and moving because of the teetering and off the side.
They always keep those things secure, like use chain and stuff like that. I've seen it on barge and stuff like that too. So
how are they pulling this crane out of the water?
with other cranes.
That sounds like a problem.
A bigger crane. I don't know. Honestly don't know. I didn't keep up with that stuff until you guys put it on.
Well, I imagine the thing's a mangled mess down there. Anytime a crane falls, it always turns into a mangled mess.
And
So
also a lot of dirt and
it's entirely possible they're sending down a dive team to cut it into pieces first and pull them up piece by piece.
probably.
That would make sense to me, but that's just the way I think.
Water's gonna get everywhere inside too, so it's gonna make it heavier too.
Well, inside anything that can hold water, yeah, but
Yeah.
if you cut into smaller pieces, it's still going to weigh less, even if it's full of water.
Right.
Should be interesting. This should be national news, and I don't know why it's not.
Well, never mind.
No, go ahead.
No, last Saturday we had this metal shipyard, a metal recycle place caught on fire. I forgot to send a picture of it.
You did send a picture.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's just everybody can see the smoke from the distance. Like, what is that from? It's a bunch of power cars that caught on fire. Luckily, it was a bunch of Teslas.
Exactly.
Yeah, those lithium batteries, they don't do well in fires.
Oh yeah, we're gonna acid rain.
So you guys also got something else on the docket down there concerning teachers' pay.
Yep, Ray put this on here.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just surprised me when I read this, like, they only gonna get a raise up to 50,000 something around
You say
that.
50,000,
Yeah,
like 50?
yeah.
What does that translate to in Virginia dollars?
Dude,
Like, compare it to a tradesman, like, what is that? Is that a welder?
well, dude,
Like,
I barely make 50,000 last year, and I'm maintaining my wife. She doesn't work. I got 2 cars, a condo, everything's paid off and stuff like that. Like, yeah, a little bit more money would be nice, but hey, if I was single, I'd be perfect.
okay, so you drive trucks, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, a truck driver can make as much as a
Two
teacher.
years, 2 years experience.
So a truck driver can make as much as a high school teacher. That's what you're telling me.
Once you hit 22, you probably 21, because you have to get a CDL. There's like
Yeah.
local. If you're under 21, in the state nationwide, you have to be over 21 to drive a CDL.
Well, it sounds to me like you're smarter because you're getting as paid as much as these people that still owe student debt.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I wasn't upset until I realized, oh, wait a minute, they get summers off. I don't. Summer's my business season.
Oh yeah, what, a week is a week or two, a month? I don't know. How long do they do for Christmas?
Yeah,
Like 2-3 weeks.
yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah, I mean, then you got spring break
I don't get that.
and the entire summer off. And don't get me wrong, teachers are a necessary thing.
Yeah, it is, but
Yeah, but they complain. I say they, like it's a monolith. I've heard a lot of teachers complain that they pay for a lot of classroom supplies out of their pocket. And I understand why that's frustrating.
yeah.
But do these people realize that I have probably $2,000 worth of tools that I rarely use now, that I've had for different trades that I've had to own? Like, I have a weld machine that it still gets use, but I had to have a machine if I wanted to go weld. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I never thought of that. The tradesman had to put in their own tools and stuff.
And every tradesman has their own tools, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everyone,
Like,
you're
my
not
last
using a
job.
bucket of tools.
My last job, they like, you had to bring your own tools, because if they supply you with tools, you're gonna lose it. That means they have to replace the tool. But
And if you like, if you
you're
work
gonna
in a
maintain-
yeah, if you work in a shop and you need to borrow a tool from somebody, you got to pay them to use that tool.
Depending on where you work. When I was in one auto shop for a little while, in Hampton, actually, we had a rule was you could borrow a tool. And the first time I was like, yeah, okay, something weird came up. You didn't have this tool, because
Right.
sometimes weird things happen. He goes, second time you can borrow the tool, but you better buy your own now because you've needed it twice.
Okay,
Third time, I'm not gonna let you use my tools.
there you go.
But
Yeah.
every shop is different. Like in my last weld shop,
Mhm.
I wouldn't let anyone touch my tools because some of them cost like $700.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some of my, my precision measuring tools that measure down to a 10,000th of an inch. I'm like, no, you're not touching that thing, because if you drop it, it's destroyed.
Yeah.
The other thing too, like the starter mechanics, if you have to get a specialty tool so if you're doing service to somebody, you could pass down the cost of that tool to somebody else and keep the tool,
Tell you what, I tell you how, if you want to get automotive tools, I think it's AutoZone does the tool rental program.
Yeah.
And you essentially,
if you
yeah,
keep
well,
using them, you know what? Might as well get one of my own.
well, yeah, you technically buy the used tool,
Yeah.
but you can return it at any point.
And also too, AutoZone, if like you buy AutoZone tools and they break, bring it back and they give you a new one.
This is even
So
better.
They got
You-
the old Craftsman warranty, huh?
We don't even do that. You do the tool rental, tool borrowing program, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like I said, you technically buy the rented the
Yeah,
used
but if
tool,
you-
but you
yeah.
pay less. And if it breaks,
This year.
you get a new one anyway.
Yeah.
See, here's what you do though, is you go in there and you rent a tool. And then you come in the next day and rent the same tool,
Mhm.
and they won't have it. They'll open a brand new one off the shelf and let you use that one. Then you return the old one.
Yeah. Or you can order from them, like, look, like I've seen people like, I like this tool, but I want the old one. Can I get a new one? I can just, when I used to work in AutoZone, I just order a new one for them. Anyways, going back to the issues in here.
Yeah, I guess you got dead people showing up in
Yeah,
Virginia, but
yeah, it just
so what?
surprised
What's
me.
new?
Missing person, the 23-year-old. And like I seen in the news, okay, whatever, like I don't know where the 23-year-old. I thought it was a Navy guy because of the haircut, but I haven't looked into it too much.
I don't think he
But
is.
no, but what shocked me is they found his body over there by the Marine Corps Exchange.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, what is like that's military housing over there? That's like, what is he doing over there? Like the body.
Probably something that got him killed.
Yeah.
They're- well, the police aren't suspecting foul play.
What?
Uh,
Yeah, it's in the article. If you go through 2 pop-up ads, you can actually read the article, and it says the police aren't suspecting foul play.
Okay, how did his body end up in the middle of the woods? Like, that's where he found.
dude, I could give you a 5 or 6
mean,
ways
that's-
at the top of my
that's
head
crazy.
without even having to think about it. How you could end up
Drug
in the woods alone and
overdose.
drive, huh?
Drug overdose.
Oh, yeah, but he might have taken a bunch of mushrooms, tripped his ass off, walked out
Yeah.
into the woods, and died of exposure. You know
Well,
what I mean?
I guess we're gonna find out when they toxicology and
Yeah, there's a million ways you could end up in the woods all alone, dead.
yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate. The kid was only 23.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I read they're still investigating how he died because apparently there was no gunshot wound. You know?
Oh shit! I didn't know. I read it real quick. I saw the address Bahrain. Like, where the hell is that street? Because I thought it was funny. Because I've been to that island, and I looked at it like, oh shoot, that's by the military base. Like, suspect.
Virginia, you can see you guys watch local news, don't you?
No, I got the app.
Yeah, I should set mine up for local news. I can do that.
And
I
let me know what
watched-
things going on. So.
I turn the local news on in the morning when I like make.
But the other thing, well, I deleted that because I got tired of it. Too many pop up. I go through local Facebook. Like, hey, my neighborhood app, and people just post stuff, and they're like, hey, this is what this neighbor's doing. This is what that other neighbor's doing. So that's how I came across with this. 23-year-old.
Yeah, I turn the local news on when I'm making breakfast for the the baby or I said the baby, the 2-year-old in the morning. But it's usually the same time every day, so it's like the weather, and I get a little bit of the news. Which, by the way, is this officer or trooper? My apologies, Trooper Bucci or Buki, Tamar Buki in Massachusetts. She had only been on the force for like 2 years. 34. She's 34 years old.
Dang.
And she was pulling over a driver or trying to assist a disabled vehicle or something like that. There you go, trying to help a disabled vehicle. And a tanker truck hit her cruiser and killed her.
Wow.
Dear God, what a shitty way to go.
Was she wearing reflective vest or anything like that? Or just
Who
because
would
I know,
know? It's a
I know
tanker
some
truck.
cops, I know some cops got a dark uniform too.
She was in the vehicle still.
Oh, in the vehicle? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, fuck.
I wonder how long that guy's going to jail for.
I don't know all the details. She was pulling over to help and she got hit with the tanker truck. So it's possible that she got in front of the tanker truck trying to get over in a hurry. I don't know. This was about her funeral. What I managed to find online.
Then you guys gotta move over or slow down laws over there.
With sirens on, yeah, but even if you have the laws and you flick your lights on, then just cut in front of someone, they don't have time to slow down or get over. Again,
True.
it didn't say that she was actually pulled over. It said she was attempting to pull over to help a vehicle.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, the devil's in the detail.
And yeah, I'm not blaming this
Yeah, we don't know. yet.
troopers. I just don't know what happened.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a crappy way to go.
And it pissed me off. Like I drive a 18-wheeler, and you see, like when I drive, I keep my distance from the vehicle in front of me.
And people are always getting in front of you,
Yeah, they
and
want,
then they'll
like-
turn right away after they cut you off.
Yeah, they don't understand like that gap is for my safety. So give me time to slow down, to hit the brakes.
Actually forgot about that in Virginia, dude. I'm sure I've mentioned several times on this show where I've been drinking incredible amounts of beer. but we're looking at different areas in Virginia again. And I forgot how shitty the drivers are in Virginia, especially in Hampton Roads.
Because everybody's from somewhere else.
Yeah, Hampton Roads. Yeah, exactly. The 7 cities and Norfolk in Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much the coastline in Virginia, right?
Yeah.
Well, here, at least if you can do that, you can leave space and people will recognize that. And they
Well,
won't get
then
you.
you leave-
And people
you
use their turn signals in Massachusetts. That blows my mind. And check this out. If you put your turn signal on, the guy in the lane next to you will slow down and make room for you
Damn.
instead of hitting the throttle to make sure you can't get in.
Yeah.
Because
It's amazing.
everybody's
Like,
running late.
but traffic flows so much smoother here. It's amazing. But if you're from out of state, you do not understand the system, and you will call everyone on the road a masshole. But once you understand the system and how to operate a rotary,
Rotary, why you need to know how to
That's what they call circulars.
a roundabout.
a
Roundabout.
roundabout? Oh, okay. I thought you
Sorry.
were talking about the rotary phone. Was like, why you need? what's
Yeah,
that,
you rotate in a counter.
No.
Check this out though, because of the way we drive the United States, we do a rotary counterclockwise.
Cool.
Duh.
We got we
It
get
sh-
we got a
that
bunch.
just bothers me that it's not clockwise, but we have to, so you turn right off instead of left off across, you know?
Well, we get roundabouts now.
Hey, it's frozen hardcore, huh?
Yeah, it's high speed internet.
Why don't you hook up that 5G?
Hold on.
Okay, so apparently, okay.
And since this article's been posted, gas prices have went up 2 more times.
Yes, and
It ain't
I
gonna
should-
stop anytime soon.
yeah, you guys have already broken the all-time record in Virginia for highest gas prices.
Yeah.
What are you paying?
I've seen 429 today.
I shared you the picture today through that messenger chat thing.
Uh-huh.
The second cheapest gas station in my town, and I love saying this, actual town. We don't just call it a town. We actually have town hall meetings. I still think that's awesome. Second cheapest gas in town was $4.59 and 9/10 of a cent. What a cheap way to get out of that, right?
Yep.
What's worse is if you pump 10 gallons, you don't get that penny back.
No. You never get the penny back.
No. Yeah, it's gonna get worse, and we'll get into what we will get back into what it is. Why it's just gonna get worse with the gasoline. I'm sure most people here already know this shit, but
On to some funny
We'll
news.
circle back with you directly. I can circle back. I'll circle back with you.
I don't think she says that as much as she used to.
no, I need to find something better. I need to go ahead and get the Bernie Sanders saying it's a good thing.
So activists are trying to get Amazon to remove white privilege cards.
It's obviously a joke, right?
Yes, it is, but they don't get it. They think it's a serious shit. Now I think it's so hilarious. I think I'll get it some cars. I've seen it. It's like, all right, whatever. It's a joke, you know. Automatically it's a joke, but
Well,
they
and
can't even take that.
And anyone who actually has a actual white privilege card,
Easily
you know
get
that
out.
they think white privilege is a fucking joke,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know, or else they wouldn't
Yeah.
do that.
yeah. Just a waste of time and money, man. I thought it was funny.
Well, it's just always fun listening to like Oprah or like LeBron James tell me how I have privilege. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Uh-huh.
When you got jets, mansions.
She's a
Fancy cars.
billionaire.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
Well,
Speaking
we
of
talked
incredibly
about
white
this.
people,
We talked about Elon Musk moving his Starlink satellites So the pre-positioning them so they could be used in Ukraine for the internet, since Russia's pretty much shut down landline internet and stuff like that. And there's a bunch of countries that are telling him that he needs to block Russian television and all the Russian websites and news things. And he said, no, he's not doing that unless somebody forces him to do it at gunpoint.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think we need to keep an eye on what's going on over there, because you don't want him to be Russia to be the next North Korea.
And I think it's good to have counterpoints. I don't necessarily agree with all the cable companies blocking Russian television, just because it's propaganda,
and YouTube and the internet.
Yeah,
Go ahead, go to Russian television right now.
you can't get there.
No, can't get
Not unless
there
you
from
have
here.
a VPN and you're running it through a different country.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like people on the No Agenda show, they're going through Argentina to get their Russian television. Oh, actually, there is a way to get. I heard another way to get Russian television.
Spanish.
You can get the Spanish version of it. I think you said this last week,
Yeah.
and you can convert it into English.
Yeah, it's a little bit of process. I was doing it for a little while and I was like, I'm just doing this to get propaganda. And I'm leaving a trail of me reading the propaganda.
It's like ordering the anarchist cookbook.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I think a lot of these people need to read The Art of War. You need to know your enemy. And by
Right.
cutting, not even listening, many times the Russians have showed up to say, this is what's going on. And then everyone from NATO just turns and walks out of the room. And it's like,
Yeah.
I understand you're trying to make a point, but if you won't even listen to them, how are we ever going to find a point where we won't be, they won't be shooting?
Yeah. Is the Independent a reliable news source?
Not really, but Rolling Stone magazine and Washington Post originally posted this thing.
He had to be joking.
And well, they claim to have video, but won't release it. Like Tom Arnold. You don't remember that? Tom Arnold
Yeah,
had,
yeah.
Yeah, they claimed to have video of Trump saying that we should bomb Russia with and paint our jets like Japanese jets.
Chinese.
Chinese, I'm sorry, Chinese. And sit back and watch the show. I don't believe that happened. I don't believe he said that.
I think it was probably said
probably
as,
just
as a joke.
yeah, probably fucking around like, yeah, we should paint this, like be
Being
sarcastic about it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah, but they claimed a video and won't release the video. That makes me
Well,
think it didn't happen at all.
If they want to be believed, in my opinion, they got to release the video.
Yeah. And-
Anyways, hey, so you guys were talking about, I'm sorry, about the cancel internet for Russia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A couple weeks, like when this invasion started, Belarus president and stuff like that, literally had a map showing what they're gonna do, talking about the tactics, what they were going to do.
Well, yeah, he had the map up. Yeah, exactly. There's a picture of it of all
Yeah,
these
it's like,
invasion
this is
routes.
why
Like
you need
3
to
of them
have
were
that
already
because-
done.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like
hey,
thanks.
You all know. Again, read The Art of War. This might be misinformation they're putting out to make us think,
That's
to make
true,
someone think
too.
something else is going to happen. And
Yeah,
and I keep hearing. Today I heard that Putin's probably terminally ill. He might have cancer or Parkinson's, and I was like, oh,
You
What
can't
the fuck-
believe
what the fuck
where
symptoms
are
did
they
you
coming up
see?
with this shit? Yeah, I mean,
because what symptoms did you see that it can either be cancer or Parkinson's? You know what I mean?
it must be because of what he's not showing off with his shirt off anymore or something. He's not
Hey.
riding horseback in the middle of the war.
The guy's 69 years old. You know what
But
I
he
mean?
doesn't look like it.
He doesn't look like he's 25, but yeah, you're right. He looks younger than Biden. That's for damn skippy.
Yeah, that's not hard to do.
President Poopy Pants. Am I the only one who sees this? Have you watched him walk?
Yeah, I watched that video where he was he was barely could stand up when he was walking after getting off Marine One off the White House lawn, out in the middle of nowhere with nobody
mask.
around, with his big overbearing face mask on.
Yeah, and the State of the Union, he walks like there's a dump in his pants, and he doesn't want to get it all over himself. It's entirely possible. That's why I said, "What's he gonna do now? They got rid of another dog." It's like, who are you gonna blame the poops on, Joe? Anyway, yeah, and Trump makes a joke like that, or didn't. I honestly don't believe it happened, but doesn't mean it didn't. And apparently, United States intelligence believes that Russia has no interest in a hot war with the United States. And when you shared that to the messenger thing, all I could think was, well, no shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Who wants to get into a war with the United States?
It's
Even if you think you can win, you don't want that war.
no.
You know, like all of this right now, what's going on in Ukraine is showing what Russia's weakest point is supply chain, the logistics. You know, it sucks. They don't know how to supply fuel to the tanks and stuff like that.
Well, they still
Ooh.
haven't got into the capital city yet.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, to be fair, America took a while to get to the capital city of, took a while to get invade Iraq. You know,
depends on which time.
yes, true.
To be fair, we never invaded Iraq. It was a peacekeeping mission.
Well, that's what the
Just
Russians
like-
are calling it too.
Well, you know what? Good for Russia. As much as I hate to say this, good for them. They've seen what we've done over and over again. Said, hey, apparently you can get away with doing it that way.
Yeah.
And they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biggest peacekeeping force I've seen since the United States was keeping peace in Afghanistan.
And Iran.
Oh, this stuff's amazing. It's mentholated nasal spray.
Take it
Oh,
to
I know.
Russia to get arrested.
Oh, it'll wake you right up.
Hmm.
Now, okay, I heard something about the Russians about that nuclear power plant thing.
Yeah.
This article says that they cut the power off to a whole bunch of people.
No, they were cell towers and internet running through the nuclear power plant. They didn't shut the power plant off. They shut the cell towers down around there.
So cut off communication.
Yes.
Okay, because I heard that this whole attacking a nuclear power plant never happened.
Huh.
I haven't been able to find an actual article saying that, but I definitely heard it a couple times,
Yeah.
and God knows it's entirely possible what's been going on lately. How the fuck that stuff got into a okay.
Mm.
Sorry, I had a thought in my head that I was gonna go with this, and I just got confused as fuck. Nuclear power. All right. Anyway,
Going back to energy, more intelligent news.
yeah. Omar.
Oh,
Why is
did
he
you
upset?
hear about speaking of that, did you hear what Pete Buttigieg came out this week and said about how we can get over the gas increases?
Buy a
The
$50,000 car.
No, buy an $80,000 car, electric vehicle.
Oh, I thought they were going for 50.
No, there are a lot. You can. My brother just
Inflation.
bought a Tahoe for $71,000 that runs on
Ah.
gasoline. So
A
your
Tahoe.
electric
what
car. ain't gonna-
Tahoe's ridiculous though.
What the hell
I
did you need
know,
that for?
but I don't know.
Well, you never
Yeah.
know what he's gonna do. I
He's
don't know.
not a
Maybe
constructor.
he's pulling tractors out of mud. You know?
But I'm
Thanks.
just saying,
Russian
if a
tanks.
conventional car is running for 60, 70,000, electric vehicles got to be higher because it costs more to make them.
Yeah, but not okay. Not every vehicle is a fucking Tahoe, dude. Yeah, you can buy the Cobalt, the Chevy Cobalt. No, okay, that one because they don't exist anymore. But or the Saturn. Oh crap!
Or
they
the
don't exist.
Yugo.
Well, it's better than No, Nova.
All right. Let me see how much the Tesla goes for. What's the bottom model of the
I have
Tesla?
no idea.
Well, there's
Is it
the
Y
model.
or S?
I think there's an S, but that's their, I think the top of the line, like race car
Okay,
one.
so probably Model Y.
No, but what about like, doesn't Chevy make a Volt?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
nobody liked the Chevy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've only ever bought one new car in my life, and I think I spent $16,000 on it.
I paid mine
Not all cars are
$22,000.
$60,000, dude. I don't know what the hell you guys are buying.
Minivan is like 50 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been looking.
And
at
even
minivans.
because there's a shortage
Yeah,
of
I
new
know,
cars,
because-
even the used cars are going up in price.
That's true,
Yeah,
and
no,
especially with
that's what
chips.
I gotta go get a new one now. Old one. Getting a minivan. All right. God damn it! Give me the price.
No, you can't have the price.
Either way, it's probably
$60,000. $60,000 for the Model Y. Expected
that's-
delivery August 22nd. August 20.
what year?
whoa. So you're telling me I need
22.
to buy an electric car because I can't afford gasoline, so I got to pull 60 grand out of my ass and wait till August.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is that? 7 months away?
Uh-huh.
no,
dude,
never mind.
it's March,
Uh-huh.
like 5
It's only a
months.
couple
months.
months away.
5
Sorry.
months
Yeah.
away.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
you have to use the old stinky fuel. Ew.
Okay, how does that gasinator work? Like, do I like spin a turbine and get an electric charge to run a motor or what?
I'm not sure. I listened to the episode and you'd be able to build one though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look. Apparently, it's something if you have a general idea of how stuff works, you can build one yourself.
And you have welding equipment and welding skills, so you can probably do it yourself.
Yeah, I doubt you'll be doing much welding on an engine though. That's usually machined, which I can do that too. Fortunately,
Yeah,
I
but I
don't.
mean, the fuel is you're burning wood to create the fuel to run
Yeah.
the engine, whatever engine you're gonna run.
That's what I'm saying though, is the fuel electricity. Am I burning fuel to make electricity? Like to charge a battery basically? Or am I don't know. Or is it like am I using the pressure of
Like
the
a
smoke?
locomotive, engine locomotive. They
Like, oh
need-
yeah, there you go. It's sort of steam engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need steam. I mean, you need fuel. I mean,
Steam engines are
fire
pretty
to burn the
simple,
wo-
but wicked dangerous.
yeah, you build pressure.
Well, yeah, well, and then you get high pressure steam, and if something busts open, you can't see high pressure steam, but it can cut like, depending on how much steam and how high the pressure is, it can cut your entire
Mhm.
arm off and cauterize it.
Just like hydraulic.
And true, but you can't even see the steam squirting out. At least
Oh,
you can see
really?
the hydraulic oil flying out.
All the pinkness.
Ugh. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Shoot, we had a high pressure steam leak on the Carl Vinson and the catapult system. And they sent me and they go, huh?
It's very combustible too.
Oh, steam's not. That's just
No, but the hydraulic fluid.
hydraulic fluid, yes. But yeah, we had a HP steam leak on the catapult system. And I remember they sent me up to go look for it because I was going to do the repair.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait a minute, this could literally cut my head off when I'm walking. Like, yeah, go find it. I was like, oh, great, awesome. I was walking through with a broom and I would move it up and down in front of me. And finally, I got to a point where I like cut the tip of the broomstick off. I was like, holy shit.
I think I found it.
Yeah, I was like, you get closer and closer, and then come up with a little marker and like mark it off. And then we could secure the system. So I go back and do the repair later. But yeah, oh my God, it was one of the most terrifying things in my life was finding a high pressure steam leak. But I could build a steam engine pretty easily, actually, with my my abilities and my tools. And that'd be easy. Just put a freaking basically a boiler in the bed of the pickup truck and run a steam line into a steam engine in the front. I could even put a train whistle on that thing and run it on the same steam.
Anyways, moving on. No, I was reading the next article. What option does Joe Biden have to lower the gas price? And like, this is so stupid. Like, okay,
It is.
Drill more oil.
What are some of his options?
I'm not gonna go in order, but let me go for the dumbest to the
Okay, I
Okay.
like this.
release more oil from the country reserve. That's the dumbest thing. Like
That's better than
that's
that's not
not
the
that's
dumbest
the
thing.
country.
Well,
That's not the,
they
that's not the
released 30
country.
million barrels. Did anybody see the price go down with 30 million barrels?
Yeah, for like
it's-
5 seconds.
It's supposed to last that's enough oil for 2 days.
Yeah, but that's not the country's reserve. That's a strategic reserve you use for the military in case we go to war.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what are we doing tapping into that?
Yeah, like then
This is the
after that,
second
we cannot
time,
go to
right?
war.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Trump
What are
filled
we
it all
doing?
up before he left
yeah,
office.
and it does. That's the only reason I know because Trump is like when gas was so cheap, oil company are losing money. They're like, we losing money bringing so much oil, and Trump is like, well, let me fill up my reserve, a strategic reserve, and that will like, you will not lose money, and that's how we end up with that strategic
Exactly.
reserve.
We'll fill our reserve up, and you guys get to sell off all this oil and bring the price back up and start making money again versus barely breaking even.
What's your
Mm.
next dumbest thing?
All right. Allow the winter gasoline to be used through the summer. What the fuck is the winter gasoline?
You don't know about this?
They are
No,
different.
that's-
They are.
Yeah,
Are
they're very different because the summer gas has to be cleaner,
Oh my
it-
god.
so it
Look,
costs more to refine.
I thought it was like what? Like in the summer, like release your air pressure for your tires and put some winter air on it.
Okay,
That's what it
President
sounded
Obama.
Huh?
That was what Obama said to save money. Make sure he was handing out tire gauges to make sure your tires were properly inflated.
No, I mean I understand that it will save you money.
That's
but,
actually
like,
it's not a terrible point to make, but that's only going to save you a little bit of gas.
yeah, it's not. But yeah, like the winter gasoline, I did not know nothing about that.
Oh,
Alright,
your oil.
That's
You know
it's,
your
only, it's
oil
only 4 points,
changes.
okay? It's only 4 points. So those are the two dumbest things I see. Okay. The next one, I agree to this. Suspend federal gas tax. I think nobody will fight that.
What was that?
Suspend federal gas tax,
Which is 18 cents a gallon.
18 cents a gallon. Okay, and the
Yes.
last one is
Never gonna
increase
happen.
domestic. Yep, and the modest thing is not gonna happen. Increase domestic energy production. He's not gonna do it. He's so. It's not him. I don't think it's him. He's whoever's controlling him to tell him to like green energy.
Greta.
Greta's not even in the picture anymore.
How dare you?
She grew up and she wasn't usable anymore.
Yeah, we couldn't use her as a
Yeah,
shield
younger.
to protect us from her stupid points.
But
Because you can
on
have sex
on a
now.
positive note, Ray has found wine that's cheaper than gasoline.
$1,
Wine?
$1,
$3.
some change, $3.
$3. It's funny because Saki said something about how these people are just being thieves and ripping us off at the gas pump.
Yeah, they're blaming it on the energy companies.
Heads up, you pay more tax on gasoline than the
Yeah,
oil
but-
company makes on gasoline. And I'm not kidding you. You can look that up. It's like a 30-cent difference nationwide. You are paying more money in taxes between local taxes and all that other shit and federal taxes on gasoline than the companies producing and shipping this stuff are making.
And we know
So
it's gonna
don't
go up
blame the
because
guys making money. Blame the government stealing our money.
One fact that people didn't know before this all happened with Ukraine and Russia is the third largest exporter of oil in the world.
Yes.
And we buy
Yeah.
a lot of oil from Russia, which we're no longer going to do. We're going to get it from a better country. We're going to get it from Venezuela.
Well, we do
That's what you're
buy.
gonna agree.
Oh, they're not going to say no to an oil sale. You know what I mean?
No, because the cahoots with the Russia.
I thought they're in cahoots with China.
That too. They cahoots. OPEC, dude. Everybody don't like us. Basically, that's what it means.
Well, we can't go to the Saudis' ass for more oil because,
Biden
Yes,
told him to
it-
fuck himself.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, Trump's a fucking moron. Yeah. No, Trump was setting up diplomatic relations, and Biden went out there and took a dump in his pants, then pulled it out and dropped it on the guy's floor and said, "Hey, clean that up." Yeah. Well, he basically begged them to produce more oil for us,
Yeah.
and they said no.
No, because they're making a killing with oil prices at $125 a barrel.
Yeah.
What about Iran? I mean, if they're gonna have nuclear power here pretty soon, I guess. Completely
Yeah, they wanna
legitimate
restart
nuclear
the Iran.
power.
They want to start restart the
Isn't
what
that
is
in the
Iran deal?
document?
No,
Somewhere in
but
here.
I had it posted.
It was in here somewhere.
oh yeah, Uyghur's intelligence show Iran threats on the USA soil.
No, that basically Iran is getting their nuclear treaty back. But the timeline doesn't restart. It
We
goes
did mention
from the
this.
5 years ago. So they've got 5 more years left on this great deal.
We did mention that Saturday.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I saw you put something in here how it finally got signed off on. That's gonna go ahead. I might have missed it. There's a lot of bullshit that we put into that freaking messenger. That's not links. Just a heads up to everyone. It's a lot of digging to go back and find everything sometimes. We might have to open up with a group to talk about this stuff.
That's what I did. Do I opened a messenger for pull news articles, and the other one we can talk like
Oh,
the
no.
bullshit and the
You-
news
you-
articles.
You said the issue was the Google Doc was difficult to find, so I made one just for Google Docs.
Okay, thank you for that. I actually remember saying that.
And then you said, then you were put in the wrong group sometimes. Like, it's a picture of you guys at the same time. And I was like, so I put a picture of a bunny rabbit on it.
God damn it, Brad Jeffrey's not giving me a solution to my issues. I
You
need
sound
something
like
to
a
complain
woman.
about.
So we're
I'm
circling
not
back.
looking for a solution. I just want to be angry.
We're circling back to Psaki.
Uh-huh.
She says it'll take oil and gas leases is not a solution to the problem. It's a red herring.
We'll circle back with you directly. I can circle back. I'll circle back with you.
All right. Somebody explain to me what the hell is that red herring?
It's basically a well laid out manipulative lie. Someone put a lot of effort into something to make you believe something is true,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not, because there's no such thing as a red herring,
Oh, okay.
right?
Like basically what she doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an old school term
Yeah.
for
Very old.
gaslighting,
Oh, okay.
but not quite the same, but they overlap a little bit. How's that? Like Venn diagram, there's a little overlap between the two.
I got breaking news from the Pentagon from Epoch Times
Okay.
that
Oh.
says they say that Poland's offer to send their MiG fighter jets to Ukraine is not tenable.
Thank God.
I'm sorry, what?
Thank God.
Poland came out earlier today saying they're going to send all their MiGs to the Ukraine
Uh-huh.
because NATO, we said we would send planes of ours to Poland to
replace
replace,
them.
the MiGs.
Mm.
The Pentagon says that's not smart.
No,
Not
that's a
doable.
terrible decision, because it's
Mm.
how would you get those aircraft into Ukraine?
There's still a lot of airfields on the west side.
So you would fly in.
Yeah.
You'd fly them in, obviously, right?
Well, who's
So
gonna
now
fly
all of a
'em?
sudden you have a warplane, probably armed, flying in a war zone that's not Russian. It's within the Russians' rights to shoot it down. And now all of a sudden they shot down a Polish pilot, a NATO nation, and
Yep.
Mm.
boom.
Got you,
That-
got you. That could be the debate to drag us in.
Yeah, and actually, I was going to go into this whole tinfoil hat thing later about that. Actually, I have my hat put aside about how this is how they're going to start World War III. Is they're going to shoot down a Polish aircraft that they think is Ukrainian.
There's gonna be some admiral that everybody likes and like, oh shit. He was delivering the plane and he got shut down. Oh no, World War III is about to start.
All right, I'm glad you brought that up, Bri. But
Yeah.
Oh, at least you stopped me from making a complete fool of myself by going completely conspiracy theory about how they're doing this on purpose to start a war because they think it's going to restart the economy and cause the Great Reset.
Yeah, it's probably backfiring right now, Joe Biden.
Well, right now everything's costing so much, no one can buy shit. Pretty soon
Hey,
you'll own nothing.
speak for yourself.
Yeah, you
$1.
ought to. You ever drink the whole bottle?
Fuck yeah, they don't last.
$3 a bottle of wine should last you
This
more
a
than like
dollar, a dollar
should last you-
69.
it should last more than 47 minutes though. That must be really,
say that.
really
I'ma
crappy
say that.
wine.
Cheap wine.
No, I'm just saying no booze in it. But that's all right.
It's not Boone's Farm.
I'm feeling good.
I like Sutter Farms. Is that the one, the really
Yeah.
cheap one?
Boone's
Yeah,
Farm.
it's,
is what
it's
I
expensive for my price of like $4.
Yeah.
It's too expensive for my taste.
And you're
That's
probably
what I-
buying your wine at 7-Eleven too. So.
Walmart. That was Walmart, dude.
Oh, okay.
I was at Walmart today. They're like, oh shoot.
What's
A
the one that you can get the
$1.52.
big fat bottle that tastes like apples or berries?
You're probably thinking about the pink
Rose.
No, not rosé,
Booze
it's-
Farm.
it-
Booze Farm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think my pocket has vibrated the same thing that you just updated me with.
Mhm.
All right.
All right, moving on.
So we've got you and back to our favorite intelligence source, the U.S. It shows that Iran is got a way to threaten us on U.S. soil.
As we're telling them to go ahead and
Give us fuel.
no, hey, give us fuel and go ahead and start a nuclear program.
Yeah.
Mm.
As they're burning our flags in their streets, still yelling "Death to America."
Did the White House talk to the intelligence about this? Like, hey, look, you may not want to get fuel from them or start this nuclear deal.
Well, even gasoline, dude. Like, do you? I don't know. Like, Iran seems to be pretty big into terrorism, hating the United States. I know it sounds weird to say, but is there any way they could tamper with oil to
fuel?
make it more toxic that we wouldn't notice through the refining I don't know how this works. Do we refine it here? Do they refine it? Does it
We
go to
refine
freaking?
it.
We
It comes
refine it.
over. It comes over as crude oil,
Crude?
and we refine it. Yeah.
And we make gasoline and plastic
whatever we
and
want
rubber.
it.
Petroleum, kerosene.
Everything we want to make out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, plastic.
So this
All the
it's
plastic
very
stuff.
unlikely they could do something to make it toxic and we wouldn't see it in our refining process then.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better.
It's not like you're gonna put a nuclear bomb inside of a fueling tank. Come on.
No, but I don't know. For all you know, they might put extra methane in it, which doesn't, doesn't sound
Blow
really a
up-
big deal, but
Blow up
the
the
extra methane
refinery.
won't the extra methane doesn't or random chemical doesn't burn and it gets into the environment and it's not that big a deal. It doesn't cause that big a problem, but it is toxic to the people.
Or what if they
Kinda
send
thing.
a explosive device inside the tank and they blew up the refinery? Then we ought to shut our luck for a while because we got no more refineries. Because if I recall, 2-3 years ago, the refinery in Texas caught on fire and gas pressure went up. Like, oh shoot, because
Actually, it's funny. It's funny you bring that up because that was the reason why I brought up like 5th, 6th generation warfare through the internet, because nobody seems to know what happened in that explosion. And it's entirely possible that someone like hacked into the system and closed 3 valves and let pressure build until it exploded. You know
That
what I
was
mean?
Texas, and I think the other refinery guys in New Orleans, New Louisiana, and other than that, I don't even know what the other ones are.
Sounds like a pretty toxic environment to be in at work, huh?
Yeah. Is it male toxic or just toxic?
Not toxic masculinity, just actually physically toxic to your body.
Okay. Just checking.
The Washington Examiner. I don't like this source anyway. Especially the way they word things. but they're saying conservatives fear that the censorship of Russians could, be turned against them. Obviously, if we can just shut off an entire fucking country, and look how we didn't just shut them off from the internet. We shut them off from commerce, from everything right now. Canada just seized bank accounts without due process.
Yeah.
Russian yachts from billionaires were just being seized when they pulled into port. It sounds like if you do something that the system doesn't like, they're just going to take everything you have and they don't care because there's nothing you can do to stop them.
Yeah, they're gonna make it as painful as possible on you.
So you have freedom as long as you do what we say is okay.
Mhm.
That doesn't sound like freedom. And I understand putting down some rules like, hey, don't kill people. Don't take other people's property. But I think I should be able to have any crazy ideology that I want. Not that I think you should, but I don't agree with people that worship Satan, but I think they have every right to do it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't like this idea of I want to live in the fucking woods, dude.
So do I. But I gotta buy a minivan now. So
Oh no, and grow like an acre of pot, and then like
I don't know
food,
about them.
then eat food from my house, then sell marijuana. Fortunately, typically speaking, the government doesn't allow you to just sell stuff because they want to cut. And they have to make sure that they got to look at everything you're doing.
Whether it's criminal or not.
Yeah, these tax forms, like how much money did you make legally this year?
You had to think about it for a while. Like, yeah, that's right. They don't care. They just want the cuts.
Oh my God. It's like, yeah, well, I stole $700,000 last year from this firm, and let me pay my tax on that. Let me pay my tax on that one.
Like
They can't get Capone for killing people. They got him a tax evasion. Do not evade
No,
those
like,
Yeah, I was
taxes.
talking to this guy that sells drugs. I'm like, make sure you claim that on your taxes. The IRS has to know.
No, the funny one is I guess a bunch of OnlyFans were pissing off their the fans and stuff like that. So the guy used to report the OnlyFans girl to the IRS, like, hey, she's doing this on this how much she's charging. So to get them in trouble. I was like, oh my God, you guys are so fucking stupid.
So we've got our own convoy circling DC right now.
They
They were
better-
not given a permit. They were not given a permit to go into DC. So they said they're just going to drive on the Beltway for days.
With the gas prices going up, I don't know how can they do it.
Well, I get fundraiser emails from them wanting me to donate money so they can buy gas like almost every day.
Well, dude, I would give them cash. I would not build up paper trail. Canada rings a bell.
I'm not giving them Kenny. Yeah, I know what you're saying. How are you going to give them
Yeah.
cash? You going to go up there and flag down at semis like, here's some cash for gas?
Yeah, here's a cash there. Oh, wooden token.
Wooden token.
Yeah. Claim it your nearest gas station when you can. State police prep. Oh,
Same
Okay.
concept, same thing. No
okay,
biggie.
okay.
And then we got the Supreme Court nominee. Her Harvard group hosted an anti-Semitic speaker.
Ooh, that's nice. I don't know. You guys think she's gonna get approved?
Yes,
Yeah, but so what about this anti-Semitic thing? Who cares?
she's gonna get
Um,
approved.
Well, what's it? Joe Manchin said he's not gonna do it until after the election.
I hadn't
Is it-
heard that.
Isn't Manchin a
He's a Democrat,
congressman,
Democrat.
senator.
Democrat.
senator?
from West
Yeah.
Virginia, a Democrat senator from West Virginia.
Okay, I thought he was a congressman for some
So
reason.
he's gonna keep it consistent. He's not gonna. If we're gonna do it to Republicans, he's gonna do it to Democrats, which actually happened both. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
I
the
don't.
Dems really need to get it through before the election
The mid-
because
well,
if inflation keeps going the way it's going, they're not going to be the party in power.
If
Oh, no.
we just cut off, okay, we only get a small amount of our fuel from Russia,
Mhm.
very small amount, which is still by percentage wise, that's still actually a lot. You know what I mean? The amount of fuel we consume in a day. But it's not even the fact that we're not getting from Russia anymore that's going to make the price go up. Well, actually, that's exactly what it is. It's speculation is going to occur. People are going to buy and sell and move assets, and that's going to drive up the cost of gas, not the lack of gas.
Yeah.
It's
And I
the
already see
stock
people
market
panic
doing what
buying.
it does,
I already seen people panic buying too. They're like filling up their
Yes.
little red cans and stuff
which
like that.
drives it up even more.
Yeah. Because like 10 minutes ago, it was like 20 cents cheaper, you know.
Well, luckily, the United States gasoline changes once a day.
I actually see the change in one day, like, oh, yeah, once a day. Like, but
Once a day.
yeah, I drove by a 7-Eleven.
At like
okay,
4
when
in the
I get out of
morning or
work-
something.
When I got out of work, let me stop there. And I drove by, I was like, oh, shoot, $4 already.
Yep. So on lighter news, and we predicted this, it's not in the prediction page, but
Yeah,
when
we
the
need to get better
governor,
about keeping that up, huh?
Governor Como resigned, we said,
Oh, this is before we started the predictions page.
yeah, we said that he was resigning so he would get away with not being prosecuted at all or impeached, and he'd be able to run again for some kind of public office.
So he pulled a Nixon.
Yes,
I'm gonna resign before I get impeached.
yes.
Uh,
And he came out and said, it's not my fault. He used the same defense he was using when he was in office. And
their asses were begging to be grabbed.
yeah,
Right? That was his argument, right?
No. He's talking about you guys keep moving the goal line. He's the one that signed the bill.
You keep moving the goalpost. You're not allowed to grab a woman's boob.
no,
He's the one that signed the bill.
Yeah, exactly. He was the one who signed the bill. You're right. You can't grab a boob unless it's like your wife or a girlfriend you've had long enough. You can't just randomly grab boob. You know what I mean? Even your wife isn't gonna be very happy about it if it's out like in public versus just in the house. You know what I mean? You know, it's what occasionally you can get away with a boob grab with a girlfriend or a wife in like the kitchen. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
honk.
Mhm.
You can't
Hey,
pull
there'll be a
that off in a
Canadian trucker now.
bar. And he's saying it's her fault because her boobs just wanted to be squeezed.
yeah.
He's opening another bottle of wine.
I know.
Hey, this is the expensive one, dude. This is
This is
the
a
$2 one.
$5 bottle,
The $2.
a $2 bottle of wine. You're gonna get a
You're gonna have
hangover from that.
You have the
Oh, yeah.
worst hangover. Oh my god.
Drinking 2 bottles of wine in an
Two
hour.
bottles of wine that cost him less than $5 together.
It's fine. It's sailor proof, dude. No, it's only $4 together.
You gotta
okay?
have a corkscrew.
Well, trying to remove the seal.
You apparently joined the wrong branch because you should have joined the Swiss Army. We all joined the wrong. They hand out corkscrews apparently in their Swiss Army knives.
Shoot, the British get a bar.
Yeah, so do the Canadians.
Yeah.
Actually, I
I
think
thought it
all
was a
of them.
myth, and then like I saw a video of it, like, oh shoot, that's nice.
I understand why, honestly.
So the prosecutors in Pennsylvania went to the Supreme Court to try to get Bill Cosby's overturned conviction reinstated, and the Supreme Court said no.
Which Supreme Court?
The U.S.
The
Supreme,
state-
no,
The-
the state Supreme Court.
Okay, so
Pennsylvania state.
okay. So I don't know. I don't even know what happened to get him out.
Here's what happened. He had talked to a prosecutor years in advance who promised him he could say whatever he wanted for immunity.
Okay.
Somebody new came in
because they want the
office.
truth.
Somebody new came in office, and they ignored his immunity agreement and prosecuted him.
Did he have signed paperwork or just a verbal agreement?
It must have signed
Ooh,
paperwork because he
you have to prove
eventually
it.
they threw it out.
As much as I hate to say it, like that's the way the system works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why you got to be careful when you're granting, blanket immunity to people before you actually know what they're going to say.
Yeah. If you sign an agreement, you have to uphold it, or else no one's going to trust the next one. Like
Like did Joe Biden do it?
yeah.
All the like everything that Trump did, is like, well, is the last administration. Once the pullout happened in Afghanistan, well, that agreement was in their place before us. Like, well, you've been stopping everything before. What stopped you this time?
Hmm.
And it just like,
Sorry, I was reading something you typed in here, and I was trying to figure out what the fuck it said for a minute, and then I was like,
that
maybe
was amazing.
Truth
No, it's
Social.
me.
I am in.
That's me.
That's Brian.
I'm
Put
in
your name
Truth.
after.
Here is True Social.
That's the picture.
Yeah.
Show?
And so far, it's kind of like Parlor, but it's a lot cleaner looking.
Well, that's the Trump thing.
Yeah, this is a Trump thing. So far, I'm following Sean Hannity, Don Bongino, MMA World.
Bongino. I'm following him on one of these apps I use. I listen to him maybe once a month.
I don't listen to him at all, but I figured, hey, let me
Sorry.
see what he has to say on posting, So.
He's super popular.
Who's this?
Dan
Don-
Bongino.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's on the radio. So
Yeah, he's on
But I
Fox
was
News
on
all
a-
the time.
I was on a wait list to get in for like 3 weeks.
To download it or what?
No, I was downloaded, and then in order to set up my profile and everything, I had to wait 3 weeks. And so I think it's only on Apple right now. It hasn't come over to
Android.
Android yet. So
That blows my mind that everyone always makes everything for Apple first. Android's
Nobody
always
likes
ahead of
Apple.
the curve when it comes to tech. Well, I reset
Technology.
it. Look, not Android.
it's easier. It's easier
Samsung.
to do Apple first because they control so much of the platform. So it's easier to create apps fast for Apple.
Oh, all right.
I mean, you got to with Android. How many different operating systems are there for an Android device out there?
Android. That's actually the
I
operating
know, but
system.
how many versions of Android are there?
You
Oh, no,
got
there's different people
Samsung.
that make it, but the operating system is Android.
I know that, but there's like 20,000 different versions of it, depending on which phone you have and who made the phone.
I hear what you're saying, but you're basically saying if I have an Intel versus a Intel Core HP versus
IBM.
an IBM, that Windows is different. It's still Android. Or it's like DOS. It's an operating system.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Windows
it's not an
versus
operating
DOS.
system. I'm saying one of them will be running operating system version 5, and the other one will be running operating system version 10.
That's possible. That is
Yeah.
possible. Yes.
Yeah. Because yes.
Apple, they don't have that many versions of their operating system out there.
They just everything gets updated at once, or the stop.
More people
The
tend to
version.
update that. I
Yeah.
don't know why, but more people on
Update
Apple
their
phones
phones.
actually do update faster than Android people.
No, they update their phones before they update the phone. The system.
Maybe.
Well, I get a notice every so often to update my phone. That's how I do it. And I set it to like 3 a.m. What sucks is I had to restart my phone after an update, which
Mine does it automatically.
yes, exactly. Mine used to do it automatically. I had to wake up in the morning and restart it. And then it says starting your phone.
And it
and
takes like
loads it
10
like it's a
minutes.
fucking desktop. It just sucks when you're in a rush to do something in the morning and it's
Yeah.
gonna take. And
You
granted, it's
just
only
wanna
once
listen
every
to
like
you-
it's like 4 times a year,
Mm.
maybe. But it's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like
you
there's
just
nothing
wanna
I
get
can
through
do.
Yeah, you want to get through your podcasts and stuff like that while you're getting
Well,
ready.
Yeah, why the fuck bother doing it at 3 a.m. now?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I may as well do it.
Do it while you're at work. You know?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm at work. I'm listening to it the whole time.
Okay. And I want to make a huge announcement.
You
Uh-oh.
pregnant?
No, something we
Oh.
haven't done in in basically 2 years. I think we did.
Thirsty
On the Tuesday
shirts.
night.
No, we did one. I think we did one show where we totally banned the topic.
Taco Tuesday.
Thank you, Ukraine and Russia. It's moved COVID-19 off the playing field. Only thing we talked about was truckers.
Yeah.
Actually, we mentioned the truckers, but I did.
Yeah, we
No, he
mentioned
said the
it.
only thing we talk about close to it.
That's why I said we almost made it through the whole episode without COVID talk.
Yeah.
Dude, like they need every other state still got COVID related things going on.
Boston just lifted most of their mandates, and Boston has been like
Lockdown.
real nasty.
Mm.
Well, and then Florida just signed in a law that said parents don't have to get their healthy kids vaccinated.
Yeah, I saw.
But other than that, anyway, I didn't want to talk about COVID anyway. So
Yeah, I heard a bunch of stuff about the "Don't Say Gay" bill, and
It's not. Dude,
the more I read about it, yeah,
there's nothing on it that says don't say gay. Or just say gay.
No, it basically says don't
Don't
tell my
indoctrinate kids.
kindergartner about your butt sex at home.
right.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I can get behind that, and not the right use of words.
Any
You know-
anything that they can try to, because DeSantis is such a front runner in the Republican Party. Anything they can do to make him look bad, they're going to try to do.
Well, I mean, I don't want you not just talking about homosexual sex to my kindergartner. I don't want you explaining heterosexual sex to my
No.
kindergartner either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kindergartners don't need to know that yet.
I
Like,
don't know,
they-
You can at
kindergarten,
least
you
wait till
understand the
second
difference.
grade now. You know.
Well, yeah, kindergarten, you understand the difference between a pee-pee and a hoo-hoo, right? Like that's the difference between a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
I can tell you about boys, but I don't know about girls yet. I'm about to get that. I'm about to start learning that real soon.
Well, I'm just saying, like kindergarten, you understand what the
Yeah.
difference between a
Yeah.
boy and a girl.
They don't even want that. They don't want you to like talk about boy and girl. Like, no, you can decide what you want to be. Like, really? Like, they don't want kids to be kids. They want you to be, you know.
Oh shit! I almost left this meeting by accident by closing the wrong window.
Mm.
That would have been our shit.
Yeah, I'm trying
That's
to,
our. We
I'm
caught
trying
it
to
too
find
soon.
that actually.
We caught it too soon.
You left it open.
Where the hell is my? See, no, I was doing good about not overlaying shit and being able to find what I'm doing. Well, anyway,
You read it?
yeah, we cut it too soon, and now we're gonna have to walk like Joe Biden until we get to that bathroom
Walk it slow, slow.
with a waddle, with your butt hanging down a little low.
Yeah.
Every time I see him walk, like, he's got a dump